Hello everyone, I am Kaushik from the Department of Biomedical Engineering. Today I am presenting a Medical Ethics by ICMR, a crucial framework that guides ethical biomedical research in India. Let's explore how these guidelines protect participants and ensure responsible healthcare. Let me start by defining medical ethics. Medical ethics refers to the moral principle that guide medical professionals in their practice and research. The purpose is simply vital to protect patient rights, dignity, and safety. Essentially, medical ethics forms the foundation to safe, humane, and responsible health delivery. So, who sets these ethical standards in India? That's where ICMR comes in. ICMR, the Indian Council of Medical Research, is the apex body of the biomedical research in India. It publishes national guidelines for ethical biomedical research across the country. ICMR ensures three critical aspects: research integrity, participant protection, and public trust in medical research. These guidelines haven't remained static, they have evolved significantly over the decades. The first ethical framework was established in the 1980s. Major updates followed in 2000, 2006, and 2017, and most recently in 2020. These revisions reflect advancements in new technologies like genetics, artificial intelligence, and stem cells. The guidelines continuously adapt to changing public health needs and emerging research areas. Now, what principles form the core of these guidelines? Let me explain. There are five core ethical principles. First, autonomy, respecting participants' choice and decision making. Second, beneficence, maximizing benefits to participants and society. Then third, non-maleficence, minimizing harm and adverse effects. Then fourth, justice, ensuring fair participant selection without discrimination. And finally, accountability and transparency in all research activities. These principles guide every aspect of ethical research. These principles apply across various research domains. Let's see which areas are covered. ICMR guidelines cover six major areas: clinical trials, public health and epidemiological studies, genetic and genomic research, stem cell and regenerative medicine, human biological materials handling, and artificial intelligence and digital health research. This comprehensive coverage ensures ethical standards across all biomedical research fields. But why are such stringent ethical guidelines necessary? Here's why. Ethics serve five crucial purposes in India. They protect vulnerable populations from exploitation, prevent misuse of participants in research, reduce risks associated with new medical technologies, ensure fair distribution of research benefits, and most importantly, build public trust in science and medical research. To implement these ethics, every institution needs a watchdog, that's Institutional Ethics Committee. The IEC is mandatory in every research institution. It reviews all study proposals before approval. The committee members include clinicians, scientists, a legal expert, a social worker, and a layperson to ensure diverse perspective. Their key responsibilities include risk assessment, consent validation, and continuous monitoring of ongoing research to ensure ethical compliances. One of the IEC's most important functions is ensuring proper informed consent. Let's understand this process. Informed consent must be documented in written or audio-visual format. It must clearly include the study purpose, all risks and benefits, procedures involved, the voluntary nature of participations, and withdrawal rights. Most importantly, there should be no correction or pressure on participants. This ensures participants make genuinely informed decisions about their involvement. Some groups need extra protections. Let me explain. Vulnerable groups include children, elderly, pregnant women, prisoners, and the mentally ill. These populations require additional safeguards. For minors, we need both assent and the child and parental consent. Researchers must avoid undue inducement through excessive money or gifts that might compromise vulnerable participants. ICMR defines four risk categories: less than minimal risk, minimal less than minimal risk, minor increase over minimal risk, and more than minimal risk. The fundamental rule is that benefits must clearly outweigh risks. Additionally, continue monitoring during the study ensures participants safely through the research period. Protecting participant informs is equally critical. This includes secure handling of person, medical information, anonymization of participant identity, and controlled access limited to authorized research teams. Special rules apply for genetic data, digital health information, and AI datasets to ensure maximum privacy protection in the digital age. What happens if something goes wrong during research? ICMR has provisions for there. That too, compensation is mandatory under ICMR guidelines. It covers medical treatment for injuries, disability compensation, and death benefits to legal hires. The responsibility lies with both the sponsor and the investigator to ensure participants are protected financially. Clinical trials require mandatory registration in CTRI, the Clinical Trials Registry of India. Good clinical practices compliance is essential. The Data Safety Monitoring Board provides oversight, and serious adverse events must be reported within specified timelines. Public health research has unique ethical considerations that are public health research require community level consent, not just individual consent. Researchers must avoid causing stigma or discrimination, protect community identity and culture, and follow ethical surveillance protocols, especially during pandemic like COVID-19. Genetic research raises sensitive issues requires special attention. Genetic research ethics focuses on preventing genetic discriminations, providing mandatory genetic counseling, restricting sharing of hereditary information, and establishing regulation on genome editing and gene therapy to prevent misuse. Stem cells research is another highly regulated area. ICMR categorizes stem cells research into three levels: permissible, restricted, and prohibited. Embryonic stem cells research requires high-level oversight and approval from NAC-SCRT, the National Apex Committee for Stem Cell Research and Therapy. With AI entering healthcare, new ethical guidelines have engaged. The ICMR released AI ethics guidelines in 2023. Key elements include algorithm transparency, bias-free datasets, human oversight for AI decisions, and safe deployment in clinical settings to ensure AI benefits patients without causing harm. Finally, ICMR strictly prohibits research misconduct. Three practices are absolutely prohibited: fabrication of data, falsification of results, and plagiarism. Researchers must be declare all conflicts of interest and follow ethical authorship and publication standards to maintain research integrity. To conclude, ethical guidelines ensure safe and responsible medical research. They protect participant communities and healthcare credibility. ICMR acts as India's ethical safeguard in biomedical research. Remember, ethics equal humanity plus responsibility plus integrity. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.